Hello there, dear listener. Welcome to episode 32, SWA Podcast. I'm Reese. Joining me as always is Harry. Say hello, Harry.
Hello, Reese. You okay?
I'm good, thank you. You alright?
Yeah, good, yeah. Looking forward to talking about Fastlane.
Yep, well, there you go. Stolen my cue. So, Fastlane, the pay-per-view before WrestleMania, in case you didn't hear that from one of the million times that the commentators told you during this pay-per-view, that this was the last stop on the road to WrestleMania. Right, we should probably just jump straight into this, because it's a fucking big show.
4 out of 41 with a that includes kickoff.
Well, I don't watch the kickoff, so again, thank you for the cue. Why don't you run us through the pre-show?
The kickoff is bollocks. That's the only way to describe it. It was just... They tend to have the same formulaic nonsense as always.
Yeah.
The only thing of note was the fact that there was a thing with the New Day, I want to say, where they were like, "Oh, Vince wants to see Kofi." Talk about it. I was like, "Oh shit, they're actually going to do it. They're going to insert him at the last minute, completely fuck up me and Reese's predictions. The absolute bastards." That got played off in the main show. Your kickoff main event, I couldn't be bothered to come up with a sponsor. I'm sure there's some Wrestle Twitter nonsense we can insert. Is a random tag team match consisting of Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev versus the New Day. All four of these guys are fucking superb, but this match was just thoroughly average. It had 2 extended rest spots because they had to put a Shield advert and the announcement of the SmackDown Tag Team match taking place first. So fair play to, I think, Shinsuke, who was the one who was in charge of that. He obviously knew his cues when to do it. But as soon as the ads got finished, the match got a little bit better, and the New Day win with an up, up, down, down. But the match was meh. You did not miss anything missing this match.
Well, that's good to hear. Is this also, was the pre-show when they announced that it would be a 4-way for the US title as well?
No, I think that was done earlier. That was from when they do a WWE.com exclusive, but seem to plaster it over Twitter and the network, where Joe was like, "I'll defend the title from everyone." So I believe that match was made earlier in the week, but they showed the same footage.
Kind of glad that they didn't do Andrade and Ray on the pre-show, because that means that there is still the slight possibility that they'll do it at WrestleMania.
Well, for the umpteenth time, because they've had about 3 matches previous.
They had 2, but then their third was cut short, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, and also those 2 matches were great. So, you know, if that was a curtain jerker at WrestleMania, that would be a good way to start. But it's more than likely going to end up on a pre-show. So,
probably. Well, actually, last year they had the 2 Battle Royals and the Cruiserweights, so possibly not.
True. But we're getting.
Sorry, I was going to say, maybe they can just cut it because WrestleMania is congested as fuck as it is, and they've already got at least one. Well, actually, tell them they've got at least 2 matches that are going to be non-title. So
yeah,
maybe a third.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. Right then, let's delve into the main card.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you mentioned, it opened with the Usos against Miz and Shane for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The Usos retained after 14 minutes and 10 seconds. I thought that was a fairly decent amount of time for this match. But obviously, the main thing was the angle after the match. Shane McMahon has turned heel. He attacked The Miz in what felt like a fucking never-ending segment. It just went on for fucking ages. The Miz's dad, who actually looks like Bruce Pritchard in disguise.
You're not the only one who's made that observation.
No, he does though, doesn't he? Stood idly by and watched his son get battered. Not that he would get involved. Yeah, the match itself was actually, I thought, pretty decent. I think you could see the angle coming a fucking mile away. Obviously, Road to WrestleMania, blah blah blah. Apparently, this Shane heel turn was supposed to happen earlier, around Survivor Series time, and obviously it didn't happen. I haven't really paid much attention or given much time to this Miz and Shane McMahon thing. I know we're kind of pro Miz, but not a fan of face Miz. Just not. I just don't think he suits it. But that's just me. So yeah, we got that for Mania now. I think that was confirmed on SmackDown following. Match was good. Obviously that really great spot where Shane did the coast to coast mid. Well, what was it? Him and one of the Usos were on the top of the turnbuckles. He was going to splash the Miz. He was going to coast to coast the other Uso, and Shane ended up just catching him midair. I thought that was a great spot. And yeah, there you go. What do you think of the match?
I thought it was okay. I just thought it was very slow compared to even their last match. And I know it sounds really harsh, but the more Shane keeps doing his big spots, the more they kind of lose their magic as such. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it was the coast to coast splash spot was very impressive.
Mm.
But I just thought it was quite a long match. The heel turn was, it was no offense, it was like visible from fucking space as to what they were going to do. Crowd ate it up though, to be fair, and Shane did his absolute best. But
well,
like
it
yourself,
was
I'm a bit apprehensive about not so much Miz being face, but just the fact that Miz is kind of like I had all these high hopes that he'd be like hilarious in hindsight, where Miz would be heel, he'd be somehow WWE champion, and it would be him and Bryan accumulating, and yet we've got this like complete fucking topsy-turvy scenario where Daniel is heel and champion and Miz is kind of wrestling Shane because Shane needs a match.
Yeah, there was some decent heat for the match because obviously it was a Miz hometown.
Yeah.
One thing that did annoy me, or not annoy me, but did irk me slightly was for the finish, him going for the frog splash, and he landed on his feet before he hit.
Oh yeah, look, it's like
totally. It was a bit of a botch, wasn't it? Yeah.
You're better off not doing a move if it looks bad. So
like
fair fucks for Miz for trying, but maybe someone should have pulled him aside and said, like, you can't land on your feet.
It was like the equivalent of a cane bump for a frog splash. Yeah, frog splash. Yeah.
We nearly flogged him with his feet.
Yeah.
Not a fan of that. It looks a bit kayfabe shattering, but fuck it, wrestlers do. Fair fucks them to at least trying to expand his repertoire, but again, that should have been ironed out when they were practicing this match.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That was our opening match. We had a weird promo following this from Drew, Corbin, and Lashley, where
fuck you've mentioned it. Yeah,
It started with Drew picking up a live camera off the floor, and then it turned into like a freeway FaceTime fucking promo. It was really weird.
I get why they do it because they try and make the promos look real because, you know, occasionally, probably Miz himself coincidentally, where it's like, you know, doing these shoot in quotation marks promos on Twitter and then the W trying to recapture it on their live programming, but it's so artificial, especially from the fact, as you say, it's dead obvious he's picked up like a fucking handheld camera. And when the best bit is when he puts the camera down again, you can see the shadow of the camera and it looks like a fucking, you can see the microphone attached to the bottom. I'm like, oh God. Why not just have like someone interviewing them backstage getting ready for the match and just have it like that?
Yeah.
It would make sense to it. I know, as we pointed out last week, like, you know, you build up your backstage angles for like a reason for a cameraman to be there, which was what was so good about that Batista thing. But just have someone backstage talking to them just to say, oh, did you see the match that just happened? What are your thoughts and what are your thoughts of the match? See, I've just wrote the whole fucking thing. Bottom line, don't do Instagram.
He could just grab the camera off him, push him away, get out of there, Sonny, and then he could just be like, the Shield, we're going to do a promo where it sounds like we're tough and we're going to win, but everybody knows we're not going to win.
Well, just don't do Instagram promos when it's not an Instagram camera or a mobile camera.
Quite. Next match was Asuka defending her SmackDown Women's Championship against Mandy Rose.
You didn't want to do the Elias gig?
That was at the end.
No, you did 3.
What? Oh, fuck me, I wasn't paying attention. What was this one?
If I say all 3 gigs consisted of Elias taking the piss, this one was about Miz and insert local sports team reference, then that's all 3 gigs.
Oh, yeah, no, I saw the one at the end where Lacey Evans comes in. for some
Yeah,
reason.
that was the final one. I know that's a thing, but this was the first one where he just said Miz sucks. So does your basketball, fuck, basketball / baseball team.
Cavaliers.
Whatever, I don't fucking care. I don't give a fuck about sports team references, so yeah, they've
Americans
twittered
do.
them. I know they do, but it's like, as we've always said, when they go to Britain and they've tried to do this fucking nonsense where it's like, I heard that because we're in London, I heard that Chelsea sucks, and the crowd like, yeah, they do suck. There's only like fucking 20 teams in London,
Mm.
but don't give a fuck. It's cheap as fuck.
Well, okay. Well, we won't mention
Oh,
the ones then,
just
apart from the one
before
at
as
the
well.
end.
Just before, I just wanted to have one little laugh. So after the Elias kick, there was an advert for Raw the following night where it was like, it's the big confrontation between Batista and Triple H. And it's
Yeah.
like the one-on-one confrontation. And then Corey follows up going like, well, my well-placed sources say that the confrontation, it's true. And it's like, it's a fucking advert 20 seconds ago saying exactly that. What the fuck, Corey?
Corey Graves was unfucking bearable during this whole pay per
Yeah,
view. Actually,
what the fuck happened?
he
He's
doesn't
gone from
shut. He
like,
doesn't shut the fuck up.
when is Nigel going to get promoted?
Oh god,
After he's at the doghouse for saying fuck on, on the network.
I don't think it'll happen, but we'll see.
Only because it'd be funny, because it'd be like someone who talks like us.
Maybe.
Your
Yeah.
well-placed sources are fucking nonsense, Corey. You just watch the network like the rest of us.
That's pretty much how he sounds. Yeah.
I know. That's why I've got a
Hmm.
soft spot for Nigel.
Well, 'cause you can do an impression of him.
It's just my voice, just a bit more high pitched,
A little bit more nasally. Yeah, you're right.
a bit more nasally.
Right.
Shut me up, you fuck.
Asuka and Mandy Rose. What do you think?
Basic and slow. This match.
I don't think it was that bad.
Crowd, I just thought it was very average, and the crowd, obviously they were tired from the from the 15 minutes of wrestling before and needed a break. This was an angle. Bottom line, it was literally Asuka, and the SmackDown Women's Championship is a prop in the ongoing saga of Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, which is obviously going to accumulate in some sort of triple threat match at WrestleMania.
Do you reckon?
Probably.
Yeah. I just thought the finish was a total bollocks because of when you can see someone trying to slip.
Yeah.
So she obviously
sees
the
overact, and it looks ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a bit wanky, but I don't think the match was that bad. Really good. I mean, I don't think it was a potato, but when Asuka caught
the kick,
it looked great on slow motion, but she looked fine afterwards.
Yeah, I know. She was like, she got kicked full pelt in the fucking face, and afterwards she's like, keeping up the storyline. She's not knocked out, but fuck that. Seriously, that's fucking scary.
Well, yeah, there you go. Asuka won via pinfall. 6 minutes, a whopping 6 minutes 40 seconds.
Women's revolution, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, it was fucking slow as it was. I think an extra 5 minutes on this wouldn't have made it any better.
No, probably.
And I like both these women actually, so a bit underwhelming.
This was followed by a follow-on, I assume, from the pre-show with Kofi. Yeah, so Kofi's waiting outside Vince McMahon's office. The New Day barge in. Vince, who is, I understand he's an old man now, but he's quite hard to watch, I find. It's just so... It looks like he's acting, whereas peak Vince McMahon didn't look like he was acting. That's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah, he's just... What makes me laugh is you hear all this backstage bollocks where it's like Vince doesn't like old people on TV for some fucking strange reason, and yet here he is inserting himself into like 2 of the 3 potential WrestleMania main events, and he's just... Christ. It's like his TV age and his fucking real age have like accumulated and made him like look 140. It's like, what the fuck happened to him? It's like, well, Kofi, I've been waiting for an hour.
Yeah, that was silly. But but he did
good allegory for. I was gonna say good allegory for Vince in general. Like, don't keep him waiting. Just barge in and just demand something.
Yeah, apparently in real life he isn't a big fan of that.
No. It worked for... Oh, no, it didn't work. I was thinking of a random... When the British Bulldog on one of those UK pay-per-views threw that bin and was like screaming, where's my title shot?
And
then he killed Stephanie. So yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. So
Off tangent. So yeah, go on. Sorry.
I was going to say he did announce that he would be making the the WWE title match a triple threat, and he alluded that Kofi would be part of that, and that it was up next. So Kofi scampered off to the ring. You could pretty much tell straight away that this was fuckery, and fuckery it was.
Shenanigans I've put.
Mm. So Kofi comes out, and he's all happy in the ring, and then the announcer gets wind from someone outside that it isn't a triple threat match. It's in fact Kofi Kingston against the Bar in a handicap match because we just needed to get the Bar on the card. And I suppose it wasn't going to happen. It kind of does confirm that Kofi's going to get on to Mania just for the fact that they're going this route, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, this was shit. It got it. Well, the thing was, it was shit, and the
It's an
crowd.
angle though. It's an
That's
angle.
exactly what I was getting at. Yeah, the crowd were chanting, "This is boring," but if this didn't happen, then we wouldn't have had the "We want Kofi" chants later in the show. So yeah, it was pretty rubbish, but it worked as an angle. The Bar obviously won 5 minutes 15 seconds. Yeah, I think this is just the start for Kofi. This is gonna happen more often than not.
Yep. Knock him down. Make it seem like when he actually does, or if he does manage to win next week on SmackDown, makes it a little bit more important. I'm
Mm.
glad though that this match didn't consist of Kofi holding his own against the former fucking tag team champions, one of which is a former multiple time world champion. It literally was just he had one or two minor hope spots, but most of the time he's just got the absolute shit kicked out of him, which is fair.
Yeah.
Don't
So
want
yeah.
Super Cena. Sorry, it's just I'm trying to shake it off.
Yeah. This did involve the New Day running out at some point. Rusev and Nakamura also running out to stop them. Very well synchronized runouts. The New Day were only 2 seconds down the ramp, and then Rusev and Nakamura sprung into action, almost as if they were waiting for their cue. But yeah, there's a big schmoz, and the match itself sucked, but the angle kind of worked, as we'll discuss in a moment.
Hmm.
Mm. Was there anything in between this match and the next match? This is where I switch off when it comes to segments.
There was a backstage promo with Bailey and Sasha.
Oh,
Same old
yeah. Mm.
that. You had Elias gig number 2, which was again a repeat of sports teams,
Right.
and that was it. In between, a little bit of padding. Let the crowd recover from the 45 minutes of wrestling that they've had to endure thus far.
Well, the next match. Oh, well, we'll get to it, I guess. So the Revival defending their Raw Tag Team Championship against Rude and Gable, Ricochet, and Aleister Black. Triple threat match. High hopes for this one. Black and Ricochet still have their NXT nameplates when they come out. I thought that was curious.
I think that's just because they still haven't. They probably haven't. Oh, I'm going to show myself up now. I don't think they've actually shown their farewells on NXT as of yet.
Also,
So
surely they'll be a big part of the International Superstar Shakeup.
yeah, but that's after Mania,
After
or is it?
Mania, yeah. So you got 4 weeks for them to then get given
Black has definitely said goodbye to Full Sail.
Yeah, he on the tapings
So,
he did a goodbye. Yeah.
yeah, so I imagine if Ricochet is going to do one, it would be in this new set of tapings, which is the final set before Mania. Sorry, not Mania, Takeover.
Mm.
But I think it's just literally them just keeping up kayfabe under the pretense that they're still under triple brands.
Mm. Has Chad Gable always done, since he's been tagging with Bobby Roode? Has he always done the glorious entrance like they did with this match?
Yeah, not immediately, but yeah, obviously Rude's got the best theme music and
I think as a tag
entrance
entrance, it does look silly though.
They need to have They need to have an actual combined team name as such if they're actually going to be really serious about this.
Mm.
But I think if I remember, again, because Pritchard's now such a fucking like integral part of the backstage thing. He's always had a big like good words about Gable. So back in my mind's like, is this just filler until like he actually like manages to convince the crazy old man that this Chad Gable's actually something to invest into.
Yeah, Meltzer kind of says that as well about Gable.
Hmm. Again, it's like, is there something holding him back? Because he seems to have all the minus height, obviously, but everything else he hits all the credentials for it.
Mm. Yeah,
But if they are going to be serious about this tag team being a tag team, they do kind of need to have an actual combined team name as such, like the Revival.
yeah. Right then. So my notes consist of basically saying how slow this match started, but then it got really good, really quick,
Hmm.
and then it just ended. It only got 10 minutes 50 seconds, and I
I know.
was I was really disappointed with the finish. Or not the one. Sorry, the finish was fine in terms of the way it finished, but I just thought, oh, what the fuck? I mean, it was kind of. I mean, I was just thinking about it now. They did get quite a few spots in. Ricochet, especially, got his spots in. So I suppose it kind of a bit obvious that they might have been finishing up soon. But the guy is fucking unreal, by the way. He is
Yeah,
unreal.
we've been saying that for years now,
I
not
know,
not
but
just on the podcast.
that
It's like,
spot he did where he jumped over the corner to just go and land on what's his name outside. That was fantastic. That's what led to the
I
finish,
know.
really. But
Similar
yeah,
to Osprey, savour it now whilst you still can, because eventually he's going to be told to cut it down as such.
possibly, yeah, or just bring it out for the big matches.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, short and sweet this match, and the Revival retain, as mentioned, pinfall, 10 minutes 50 seconds. Could have kind of should have got more time. Well, consider like I mentioned earlier, the fucking Usos and Shane McMahon and Miz got 15 minutes roughly. It's got 10 or nearly 11. Yeah,
I thought this match was okay. I thought maybe Ricochet and Aleister Black would win this, as noted last episode, to keep their
mm,
momentum. Although the other obvious option, I think, which was the one you predicted, was Revival retain, and obviously the team that would eat the pinfall is Rude and Gable. Um,
yeah,
it was okay. Kind of, I get the impression that obviously Ricochet and Aleister Black will be going against the Revival at Mania, because obviously the heat's still with
maybe.
them. Because at the end of this match, despite the fact the Revival retain their belts, the ones that stand in tall are Black and Ricochet. So that's what I think.
Yeah, it did end with the Black Mass and then a very heavy hit 6:30 from Ricochet.
Yeah, exactly. There was also a very scary spot near the apron with Dawson, off the
Mm,
top of my head.
yeah.
But obviously that would be topped later on by another scary spot in another match. But yeah, match was okay. I'm a bit like yourself. It needed a bit more time.
Mm, yeah. It was good. It was good.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, we had a Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch doing their kind of walking to the ring promos. Well, not promos, like
Mm-hmm.
a segment. The
Yep.
fucking state of Becky Lynch's limp is really fucking annoys me.
She
We'll
might be
get.
doing it on purpose so they drop it.
Well, maybe she's really. I mean, I'm not saying it's. I'm not her fault, but fuck me, it just really winds me up. Anyway, so
Well, imagine if you've
stupid.
got a million and one different intricate parts of this story that you have to juggle, and you've got to do a limp as one of them, and it's like shit. Somebody's got to give.
Oh, we'll get to that soon.
Yeah.
US title match was well, it became a four-way to get it on the card, I guess. Samoa Joe defending against Andrade, R-Truth, and Rey Mysterio. This was all right, actually. I
Oh,
thought it
really?
was.
I thought it was good. I thought it was
I've
best
no,
match
sorry,
thus
I was
far.
going to say I thought it was good. Um, kind of, yeah. I mean, when you look at the people involved, you kind of think, yeah, of course it's going to be good. But I just wondered if it would just be another get your spots in. I suppose it was a bit like that. There were some really good spots in
Hmm.
this, and it was another multi-man match on the card. Yeah, I thought this was good. I was really annoyed at the start with fucking R Truth's entrance because I don't think I've seen an R Truth entrance or a full R Truth entrance for so long. and fucking Carmella singing on it as well. That was great.
Not a fan of What's Up?
Well, not really. Maybe 5-10 years ago, but not now.
I
It's
was
a bit.
literally about to say, I'm pretty sure he had that song in TNA.
He did, yeah.
I think. Oh, he did. Yeah. I was going to say, because if the WWE have used it, it's exactly the same song.
I think it's his song, hence he can do what he
Sing
wants
it.
with it. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Therefore, he has the rights, and he probably just lets WWE or whoever he works for use it. So yeah. Oh no, it's definitely the TNA song.
Yeah, it's going to be a future headache in the WWE network when Truth eventually leaves the WWE as an active competitor.
Oh
Have to
god.
dub him over with another fucker. They'll dub him over with
Wheel of
K
Fortune.
Quick. No, oh yeah, that'd even be even worse. What's up? What's up?
Oh god. Yeah, this
Wheel of
was
Fortune.
good.
Yeah,
This was
I really
good.
liked it. I thought it was very well paced. Glad Joe retained because the way these fucking mid card belts are going around, it's like hot potato this, hot potato that.
Mm-hmm.
Bray looks good still. Andrade looks great as always.
Push Andrade to the moon.
Oh no, fuck. Well, Wrestle Twitter with all their fucking tasteful opinions of Andrade, where it's like, oh, he's going out with Charlotte Flair, so don't push him on the card.
Is he?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, did you not see his funny tweet where it was like, I think he said something like the lines of, I deny this, but his location from the tweet was Charlotte, thingy, the town. Where is it?
Charlotte,
Flair
North Carolina.
Country. Thank you. There
Which
you
is
go. That's
what-
me showing up my wrestling knowledge.
Which is what she's named after, yeah.
Yeah, of course. I couldn't remember what state he was from. But good match.
Good. No, agreed. It also had Carmella and Selena Vega fighting in what Joey Styles would call a...
Oh, God. Kevin! Oh, my God!
Total elimination!
Sabu! Donald Trump!
Oh, God. No, that's enough. That's enough, Joey Styles.
He's allowed to have an opinion.
Yeah, no, that was a good match, and everyone likes Joey Styles. Was there a segment between this and the next match?
Not that I wrote down. I think at this point I was like, oh shit, there's about 2.5 hours of this pay-per-view left, and there's only 4 matches off the top of my head.
Yeah. Next up, the Boss and Hug connection. That's Sasha and Bailey, in case you forgot. Against Nia Jax and Tamina. My father definitely isn't a murderer. Snooker. Allegedly, not a murderer. WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. This was shit, in my opinion.
It was some of the botches in this match. Got at least
Sasha Banks is a fucking botch artist now. I can't believe it. From her NXT stuff, I don't know if she was that botchy on NXT. Maybe she was. I don't remember. But Christ alive, the botches.
Some of them were. But to be fair, there's elements of this where Tamina and Nia are expected to catch someone, and then it's like, oh god, and then you see like the leg touch the floor. It's like, oh shit, she's supporting her. Oh fuck. Oh god, diabolical. Sorry, folks. Not
It was so shit.
Some of the botches in this were just diabolical. You'd expect, considering that all 4 of these women are highly experienced, especially Tamina, who is either the longest-serving women's wrestler or second after Alicia. Where the fuck is she, Fox? It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck happened, folks?
Bloody hell.
Scariest bit, despite the fact, how the fuck did this end? Was it wasn't a DQ, was it? No, she won. They won by Hurricanrana. That's right.
They won by pinfall. But
scariest shit, folks. There's a fucking beatdown at the end of this, and you're like, oh my god, it's the Boss and Hug connection versus this again at WrestleMania. And then all the shit with Beth Phoenix and Natalya. You're like, oh no. So they're going to have potentially 2 women's tag team matches?
Could be a freeway.
Could be, but then why the fuck would you put Beth Phoenix and... I mean, Natalia's perfectly fine because she's, she's at least an active wrestler, but why Beth Phoenix?
Personally, this match pissed me off because it seems as though it was just... Is this the first defense of these titles?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
and it's used as a fucking angle to get Beth Phoenix and Natalia involved. Christ, who gives a shit about that?
I know. I was kind of hoping that they were going to do like the fantasy booking of it's going to be Boss and Hug Connection versus Shirai and Sane, but obviously that like nah, we're going to end up with this. It looks like this. I'm like
Mm.
fuck. Like with all due respect to Beth, like what was her last match? The Rumble a year ago, or was she commentating?
I think she was commentating.
Or was it Blaze? They all kind of blur together.
She was commentating on that, I'm sure.
Too many blonde wrestlers. It's like they're all blurring together.
Yeah, I thought this was cack.
Oh god, I can imagine Vince absolutely fucking screaming at this or laughing. Probably a mixture of both.
Mm.
Just very disappointing. You do expect much better from these ladies, and it's just some of the botches were just again they're diabolical.
Yeah, it was shit. Total crap. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
A good video package for the WWE Championship match, I thought.
Yeah. Very good recap. Kevin Owens as well coming across really fucking well in this promo.
I think he always comes across well when he's got a serious role to have. So yeah.
Do you think it's weird though, despite the fact that Owens has been heel for the entirety of his WWE run, except that one takeover show, and just like I've got my head around the fact that he can be face, even though for about how many years prior in Ring of Honor he was Kevin Steen, and it was like he was the most likable guy in the fucking world with his own talk show and stuff, his own shoot interview.
PWG and Ring of Honor, he was quite face.
Yeah, it's like
but he was a great heel.
Forgot.
He was also a fantastic heel in.
I know, but it's like I completely forgot he could be charismatic as fuck and very likable. That's how good his heel work is. He like completely forgot he's actually like he's a nice guy in real life.
Very funny bloke, yeah. Very charismatic.
Yeah, I liked it though.
Yeah, me too. So this was the setup for the WWE title match, and in case you forgot, Vince made it a triple threat match earlier, which everyone's kind of like, oh wait, what triple threat? And
Kofi's coming out.
Yeah. And the other guy was Mustafa Ali, and I was a bit disappointed. Not for him. I thought it was great because we'll get into it in a sec. I think he added some fucking greatness to this match, but the crowd did kind of not care. They did not care.
They wanted Kofi.
Well, that was afterwards.
Sorry for Ali because
I
feel sorry for Ali. No, because the entire match it was like we want Kofi. Kevin tried his best. He was over, and Daniel's obviously heel. Still, it's shocking to think that he's like the most fucking over heel in the entire company.
He's a heel who goes out acting like a heel to get booed, who gets booed.
I love some of his interactions. So it's like, you don't deserve to believe.
Oh, he's fucking great.
You don't belong here.
He's great, but he's a heel that's a heel because he's got a reason, Yeah, he's got a good reason for it.
Owens as well is good, but Ali, I feel kind of sorry for him because he got injured and he got replaced by Kofi. Kofi is now the fucking chosen one in the eyes of the crowd, and poor Ali's come back, and it's like, hey guys, what did I miss? And it was like, oh shit.
Yeah, interesting is that Kofi has got the chance to get into the chamber, and therefore starting off this whole, road to WrestleMania because Mustafa Ali got concussed, right?
Yeah, he got smashed right in the fucking face. Big bad black eye. It's only just been cleared.
Was it Rowan who did it?
I can't remember.
Might have been.
It's bad though. Obviously, all concussions now are very very serious for the amount of testing they do. So he's been out for quite a while.
Yeah. As you said, the match as the bell was rung, huge. We want Kofi chance. At one point, you kind of thought, shit, this match is going to suffer because of it, but it kind of died down. And after that, it was great.
I was going to say, I think it's literally a case of the hard work these three put into this match, because I think if it was anyone else, I think the crowd would have ate them alive and they just would have never let it go. But the fact that they worked their absolute arses off, they did keep the crowd really engaged and interested.
Yeah. It was fantastic. Started off as a typical triple threat does. Neutralise some person,
Take people. A break, let the two wrestle. Don't roll in, do another match. You get potentially 3 matches in one.
Yeah, some of the spots though were fantastic. The
Yeah.
Spanish, the standing Spanish fly from the top from Ali. His 450 to Brian on the apron was lovely.
Yeah, fucking hell. You see something new every time. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, really liked the pop up power bomb on the apron, that kind of was fizzled off
Nice little
towards.
throw.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, a nice little throwback to when Owens used to use it as a heel, and it's like it's still devastating because I always think of that Zayn thing where he like does it at the end. Like, Jesus Christ,
yeah.
it is
Didn't
vicious.
he kayfabe hospitalised Neville with it as well? Didn't he?
Yeah,
Mm. Yeah, it was great. The finish was. I thought the finish was really good as well. Kind of, give it in the middle of Mustafa Ali's hope spot. He gets a fucking flying knee mid-air. I just thought it was fantastically done. Brian was awesome. And he retained 18 minutes 45 seconds. Really enjoyed it. Really great spots. Really good storytelling. Daniel Bryan's in a league of his own at the moment in terms of his heel work. I mean, Christ,
yeah,
it's just,
Jesus.
yeah, just you just think, fuck. Imagine if this was on Raw and it had a bit
Oh
more of
no,
a
well,
spotlight, you know.
but pal, we've got Brock.
Mm. No, we don't. There's no Brock anywhere.
He'll be there next week.
Mm.
Paul will talk. I was gonna say you didn't mention Kevin Owens nearly killing himself with the fucking table thing where he nearly decapitates himself.
What, when he does the roly poly over the top and then he nearly
Yeah,
fucking goes face first? Yeah, Christ.
yeah, and you can tell he was absolutely elated, overjoyed that he missed it because he just gets up and he's like, yeah, smashes the table like this fucking thing nearly killed me. Yeah, I missed the table. Yeah,
Yeah, that
I was like,
was.
fuck's sake, go Kevin. We don't want you to get fucking crippled. Jesus,
When I
it
was
was
watching
so
it,
close though.
I was like, ah!
Yeah, I know. It's like heart goes in your throat. Like, oh my god, no, no. And he's like, oh, he's all right, fine, all fine. Thank fuck.
Hmm.
Just slow down a bit, lads. Just slow down. Fuck's sake. But then again, best match of the cards, probably. Yeah,
Um, yeah,
yeah,
it was easily the best
yeah,
match of the card. Yeah.
yeah. And as you say, this ongoing SmackDown, SmackDown title, the WWE Championship storyline, probably the best of the three thus far.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
which means we now get to talk about the hill to die on with the ongoing Raw Women's Championship feud.
Oh, good intro. So,
Yeah.
Becky Lynch vs Charlotte Flair. If Becky Lynch wins, she gets put back into the match that she's already earned at WrestleMania. So she has to earn it again.
Didn't you watch Raw, pal? Charlotte, number one contender.
Becky, just prior to this, Becky is. So we all know Becky injured her knee during the Rumble. I thought it was just. When she did it, I thought it was just like a kind of to, add more babyface for the babyface to overcome some
Yeah.
injury odds. Progressively, her knee has got worse and worse to the point where she's come into the ring on a fucking crutch. It looks so bad. Just really hammy. I just thought this whole match was garbage. I thought the point of the match was garbage. It's been booked to shit. The finish was. You know what? The finish isn't. I don't think the circumstances of the finish. I think that was what was going to happen. I don't. I just think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wrote in my notes, I sort of guessed the ending when Becky. I thought maybe leading up to this, Becky's selling was like a ploy. Like she'd immediately throw the crush away and then just start kicking the shit out of Charlotte. And I
I
thought
had
everyone was
hoped.
like,
Yeah.
oh, she's been playing possum. But the moment it turned out to be completely true, I was like, Ronda's going to interfere, isn't she, to get the match to get Becky inserted into the match? And lo and behold, it fucking happened, which is hilarious because I thought, as I said last week's episode, I was like, Charlotte will win this match, and then they'll do a last chance match on Raw just to pop a rating, but didn't even do that. It was like, oh shit, they're actually going to have Ronda interfere just because of, after that shoot promo bollocks from last week.
Mm.
We didn't even get a chance to talk about that because they've completely. Did they ignore it on Raw? Again, don't watch it, so.
No, she's kind of
Rebecca.
being heely. She's being a heel and calling people marks and shit.
I know, it's just fucking stupid. It's like that. It's very Russo-esque, and everyone's like, ha ha, look how inept WCW is when they try to trick everyone that, this is real, but the rest of the wrestling's fake. And it's like 25 years later, they're doing the exact same fucking shit that people laugh at, what they were doing. It's like, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah. Oh, this match was garbage.
Um, yeah, not great. I guess they were kind of fucked because Becky had to sell her leg, so they can't go 100%. I like Charlotte's heel work. I thought that was quite funny.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It's not like
It's just
she's good. It's not.
yeah. Again, it's we can't dispute the fact that these two are like fucking workhorses, but it's like this match just it like even when Ronda came out at the end, it was like the crowd were like, "Yay!" and it was like, "Oh," but the match was, "Oh." She got a few thank yous, but it was like I don't think the crowd wanted that. They wanted Becky to tear her up and win. But
What do
I guess in the
you?
crazy old man's eye, it's
Yeah,
going to be it'll lead up to a better Mania payoff.
I guess so. What do you make of Becky smiling about the way the match finished? Some people don't like that.
I thought it was in character. I thought it was absolutely fine. It was funny
Mm,
because it was almost like she set up uh, Ronnie to piss her off so much that she'd have no choice but to insert her. Almost like a guarantee that even if Becky's got one leg and she's going to get absolutely butchered by Charlotte, Ronda's still going to beat her up just to guarantee her to get into the match. I thought it was quite clever.
yeah, I
It's
guess.
not like she broke character. It literally was in character. It's the character of Ronda to be like, well, you know, a win's a win, and it's like it's true.
Yeah, I think it was like 2 months ago. The local listings for Fastlane, when tickets went on sale, had this
Hmm.
match. So it had this match as one of the main events in terms of its promotion. And I remember we
Yeah.
spoke about it. And 2 months ago, if you're thinking Becky Charlotte is gonna, I mean, again, I thought up until up until they came out when they came out, I thought this was gonna make headline this show. Um, I just did.
So did I. I
Yeah,
think it would have if Roman didn't return in between.
but yeah, more than likely. But from what you thought the match would be to what it ended up being, it's just a huge disappointment.
I guess maybe they wouldn't have done the exact ending. Again, it's like this Raw Women's Championship storyline is going to be one of those big, like the invasion angle. It's going to be those big what ifs. Like anyone else's booking probably will be better than what they've actually churned out because they've tried to do a million and one different things, and it ain't fucking working.
Yeah, and it also we've got 4 weeks till WrestleMania, and this feud pretty much goes over both Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, they've Ronda cuts promos on Raw with Charlotte and Becky, even though they're SmackDown competitors, and then they continue the storyline on Tuesday. It's like it literally is getting twice as much attention as the other two matches.
Oh, yeah. So you got another I mean, we've had
It's
Raw and
crazy
SmackDown
to
this week, so you got six more
it's
of these.
no no, but it's crazy to think that in the 2 months this has gone from like the obvious WrestleMania main event. It's like it surely has to be to suddenly it's like it's just completely lost all momentum, and it's literally a case of too many cooks spoil the broth. They've got so many things happening in this storyline. When a simple, Becky wins the Rumble, Charlotte gets inserted because the Authority wants Charlotte to be the MVP of the women's division, and Ronda has to defend her title against both of them. It seems so fucking like easy to do on paper, but they've added injury angles and fucking
Mm.
Ronda being fucking Russo esque.
Vince doesn't like the fact that Becky calls herself the man, therefore she's suspended.
I know, you're not the man. I'm the man. It's like if Becky just cut a promo going, no, you're the old man. I'm the man. Then it would go,
Mm,
yeah.
mm, mm.
It's just fucking stupid.
It is stupid. And just to be clear, Becky Lynch wins via DQ, 8 minutes 45 seconds. Mm.
Yeah, it was an angle hilariously similar to the previous match we talked about. That was an angle
Tag title
that
match. Yeah.
I've completely forgot about it.
The
Fuck's
tag team championship
That's
match.
it. Literally, yeah, we just literally talked about it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This was followed by some piss breaks, I
Bollocks.
guess. Yeah. So there was an advert for Raw with Finn Balor will defend against Bobby Lashley, reminding everyone that Finn Balor isn't on the card.
Don't worry, folks. Finn will definitely retain against the almighty Bobby Lashley on this random. I mean, surely he ain't going to lose in his first title defense on a random Raw.
We'll mention that in a minute. Oh,
Curb your
you're doing
title defense,
you're doing curve.
yeah.
um, Yeah, this was followed by, well, you've told me it was the
Elias Gig number
third,
3.
yeah, which
Another
was
sports reference or
another
something.
big sports reference.
Oh no, he criticised Becky as well.
He got some good heat for it, actually.
Yeah, that's why he's got 3 sets.
Yeah, and this had, oh god, this had everybody. I've put it in. I've put it in here. This
Paydays.
whole thing was, it's Mania season. Everyone, get your shit in. So Lacey Evans did her thing where all she does is walk to the ring. Well, she doesn't walk to the ring. She walks down a
She
ramp and
does
walks
she
back.
does a Jericho. Yeah, does a Jericho. Turns up, smiles, walks away. Everyone's confused.
Yeah, so she does that. That distracts Elias well
Elias.
enough that he gets an almighty awesome RKO from Orton. It was fucking great.
It's like he didn't even, because I was watching the replay. I was like, does he turn his head to wait for the RKO, like, to slightly give away? No, he just stares straight forward. And
Yeah.
Randy just grabbed him straight by the neck and just RKOs him. Picture perfect. Like, mwah, well done. What the fuck?
Yeah, and then
that in the episode.
and then
Sorry.
and then AJ Styles turns up out of nowhere with a phenomenal forearm. And yeah, there you go. And he takes out Orton, Mania season, and that will be a match at WrestleMania, which will probably get 6 minutes, be okay, and everyone will
Okay.
moan that it didn't get long enough.
6 minutes, a really good RKO. Everyone's wondering why it's on this pay-per-view, which has 25 matches on it.
Mm.
Maybe exaggerating. 15 matches.
And then we had the main event. The Shield. Apparently, Harry, this is the last time we'll ever see the Shield.
The more you keep saying that, the more I'm starting to believe the Dean truthers. There's some chicanery.
Well, now it's part of, Michael Cole and all that. It's in their ear from Vince, isn't it?
I know. It's like, are they being really transparent?
Dean Ambrose will not renew his contract. Therefore, this is the last time we'll ever see the Shield. And it's kind of like,
Is he winking? I can hear winking in the earpiece. What the fuck?
I don't. Apparently he's still leaving, but it just kind of makes me think that something.
The more
might
they
change,
keep saying it, yeah, and it's like I was thinking to myself, they can't be this transparent. They've never been this transparent about people fucking leaving.
About someone wanting to leave. Yeah,
I know. It's like, oh well, Dean Ambrose has not come to an agreement with his ongoing WWE contract. And it's like the last time they did this was Punk. And even then, it was like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. He's obviously saying, folks, there's no way they're going to let him do shoot promos randomly on a Raw. Bury the whole fucking company.
Yeah. Yeah, so keep an eye on that. But yeah, so the Shield, Ambrose, Rollins, and the returning Roman Reigns against Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley. 6-man tag match. I thought, again, this had a really good promo package before the match.
Yeah. Good on production at WWE.
My second note here is push Drew McIntyre, which I always say when we ever talk about Drew McIntyre.
I was literally about to say, but surely after all that's happened, you'd think, now's the time to do it.
We'll get to that in a second, yeah.
Yeah.
My other note is fucking get Baron Corbin off of my television.
Nah, he's good.
He's not good. He's shit.
You just hate him because he wears a suit and slacks.
No, that adds to the annoyance for sure. But he's rubbish.
I will say though, his theme music does not match his look. It's very corporate Kane.
I liked his original theme music from NXT.
Oh, dun 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 dun.
But that's when he also had hair or something that resembled hair.
Is it Dead Parson on there? What the fuck is he doing?
You look like the old
I'm
curtains.
glad whoever I know, but I'm glad whoever told him was like, I don't give a fuck if it's heel heat to get, shave your fucking hair. It's like, you've got to shave your fucking hair, mate. I'm sorry, but it's got to go. It's got to go. I like his image though. I think he looks cool.
Oh, he doesn't.
And he's a good wrestler. He's
not a good wrestler, and it's not a good image.
He's a good wrestler. It is. Just ignore the fact that he lost that Money in the Bank contract because he spoke out when he shouldn't have.
Completely forgot about that.
Oh no! See, a lot happens in 2 years.
Mm,
That was the
yeah.
first year we did the podcast. I want to say it's 2 years.
Is it? Oh, it is. Yeah, 'cause we both
I think so.
predicted.
Jinder won. Jinder was champion. That's how long ago it was. Jinder was champion, as opposed to nowadays where he's on main event in 6-man tag team
Yeah,
matches.
did that amusing
Fuck.
SpongeBob intro after we got our predictions wrong as well. Yeah.
Oh no, good stuff.
Flesh, bake. Yeah, main event. This was fun. Shield obviously won. I don't know why
Yeah,
you're
Jesus.
predicting they didn't, but they
I,
did.
I thought maybe at some, like, if Dean is literally going, maybe they'll do, like, the original intended match, which was Roman versus Dean. Have Dean turn on the Shield, ruin their final hurrah, and set up a match for them at Mania. But obviously, it looks like that's not the case.
Mm.
It was a very heartfelt moment though, when they're all embracing in the ring. I was like, he's going to turn heel, and it's like, he's not going to turn heel.
Yeah, it was great. I thought it was great. I thought the match was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Typical of these matches. The first half, it's kind of played to the rules of a 6-man. Then the other half is when the ref just lets them do whatever the fuck they want. I mean,
yeah,
you're
bit
talking.
kayfabe shattering. Which
You're talking about a match that at one point nearly finished because they did a count-out spot with Ambrose, making it back in at 9.5, and then
yeah,
the last 12 minutes of the match, pretty much all 6 competitors are outside the ring. So you're gonna either do count-outs or you don't. Not that I'm that much of a
just
stickler, but
all right, Alvarez. Fucking hell's bells.
yeah, Rose, yeah. Anyway,
Why is he
um,
the fuzzy Dick Cheney? What the fuck?
yeah, it got nearly 25 minutes this match. The Shield won with a triple power bomb. Reigns getting the win, getting the pinfall.
Yeah,
It was a lot of fun, a lot of decent little spots, a lot of Shield stuff. Yeah, McIntyre's the man. He's the chosen one. As Vince, I think Vince once dubbed him the chosen one. So
yeah. He cut his fucking legs off straight from under him by declaring him a future WWE champion. Although,
and then put him in
he might have been right all along.
a boy band gimmick.
Yeah, but one of them's a former WWE champion,
Oh, good God! Yeah.
and the other one reviews action figures, I think. Oh no, that's Kurt Hawkins. Who does action figures? Zack Ryder, and is it Kurt Hawkins or is it?
Kurt Hawkins does that. You're thinking of
Yeah,
I got kids.
yeah. Heath Slater. Fuck, sorry, because they all came up in like 2007. They've all got like fucking generic American names, as we like to say.
Mm.
So they all kind of, again, they all blur together.
Yeah.
That, and I'm a racist. All white people look the same. So,
Right.
So
well, that was Fastlane.
yeah,
What?
it was a fucking long pay-per-view. Again, this
Mhm.
did not need to be 3 hours. Didn't need to be nearly 5 hours, including kickoff.
Yeah. It's just my notes for the event overall. I've just noted that it had a feeling of just getting as many people on the card as they could.
Which is what Mania is supposed to be.
Yeah, well, it's not Mania is supposed to be like that, not fucking
Yeah, that's what I
Fastlane.
mean.
But then we don't have dual brand. We don't have split branded pay-per-views anymore, so this is going to happen. A lot of multi-man matches. That's fine. Whatever. I think there's going to be a lot of single matches on WrestleMania, which I suppose makes up for it. And they're just trying. I think if you look at the Kofi Kingston angle, that I think that looks like it's bubbling away at being a really good way to build up to that WrestleMania moment. Whereas I think they've tried way too hard on the Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Ronda stuff to get to that WrestleMania moment. Yeah,
The Kofi thing is a happy accident. The Kofi thing is a happy accident.
yeah,
And the best bit is they've got less time to fuck it up, as opposed to the women's angle, which they've had plenty of time to keep adding little. They're like, oh, we're going to make an intricate story, and it's like, guys, it's so fucking convoluted at this point. You've lost momentum.
yeah. Glad that you agree with me.
Yeah,
Finally.
as I said to you, as I said on Twitter and to you privately, there are hills to die on. This women's championship match is not a hill to die on.
Thing is, I expect that match to be really good.
Yeah, I do as well. It's just now looking at it, and now I mean, the straw that broke the camel's back was Ronda's shoot online promos. I just thought that was total fucking cringe and kind of does the opposite of what you want, which is take interest out of the match, because it's like, you're calling wrestling fake, but what's to distinguish this from also not being real? It's like, what?
Yeah.
It's like taking the wind out the sails of it. And even though I expect it to be a good match, it's like it's suddenly gone from being the obvious WrestleMania main event at WrestleMania 35. To now it's like, fuck that Kofi ongoing storyline. That's got all the momentum and it's much more interesting.
Mm.
And the other thing as well is the other competing thing is Brock and Seth. That's like they've got 4 weeks or 3 weeks left. And it's like only now they've actually, decided to turn it up a gear. It's like, Jesus Christ, he won the Rumble 3 months ago.
Yeah. So did fucking Becky. Look what's going on
Yeah,
now.
well, that's true. They could have took Seth out and said, like, you got to beat pick someone random. Bobby Lashley. No, you got to beat Shelton Benjamin. We're gonna try and make him a thing 15 years after it should have happened.
Oh god, yeah.
No.
Yeah, right. Let's just quickly go over the Raw and SmackDowns. So Raw, as noted earlier, Finn Balor defended his IC title against Lashley, and he lost. I can only assume it's because they're going to build up the next couple of weeks for Balor to win it back at WrestleMania and give him a WrestleMania moment.
Demon at WrestleMania seems the most sensible thing.
Yeah, I mean, fucking, they don't...
20-man ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship.
That's what they've done to get people on the card previously, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Everyone gets a payday.
Yeah.
Literally fucking throw money away.
Yeah. Drew McIntyre, as you mentioned, was booked to look like a total beast on Raw. He basically looks like he sent Dean Ambrose packing. And it was a great beatdown. And looks as though it's going to be him and Roman Reigns in Roman Reigns' singles comeback. I'm going to guess at WrestleMania.
Looking forward to that, if that's true.
Complaints
from me too.
Two workhorses. Yeah. Tell you what I'd quite like out of that feud. I would like Reigns to beat him at WrestleMania. Then McIntyre to get a win at maybe Backlash. And then let them have a big blowout to their feud at Extreme Rules. Is that after Backlash? Usually is, isn't it?
I don't remember anymore. I think Extreme Rules wasn't it in July last year?
Maybe. But then let them have a blowout to their feud in a big match like that, and then let Reigns get the win. That'd be cool. That'd just give him something out of the feud, which means that he's gonna progress or push forward.
Yeah, can't disagree with that.
Yeah. Raw also had Ronda being more heelish. I'm hoping this all works out for Mania, but I'll be honest, my interest is kind of completely waned on this feud now.
Yeah, same. Obviously, at least it's kind of made it, I suppose, in Becky's favour. She's the clear-cut face, and the other two are heel. So you really want fucking Becky to win. I'm presuming Ronda is still leaving after WrestleMania.
Apparently
is
so.
That the case? Yeah.
Apparently so.
This will be hilariously dated. Signs 2 more years. Doesn't want kids.
Brilliant.
Yeah, oh, it was funny.
And SmackDown, the AJ and Orton thing was made official for WrestleMania.
Yep,
which is
as
cool.
Was Dixie Carter getting I think first on-screen mention on a live show, I want to say.
From who?
Orton, he mentioned her by name.
Oh, right, of course, because he slagged him off for his other career accomplishments.
He said in 2004 and 2005, I was, former world champion, blah, blah, blah. In 2005, AJ was getting a tan in Florida with Dixie Carter. She must be coming on screen.
Oh, God, please no.
Because you're casual. I'm here as your new SmackDown general manager.
Could you imagine?
Fucking love it. Her and Jarrett. Can you imagine? Her and Jarrett full blown with Impact Invasion. It's going to be dynamite.
It really
I'd love that. It would break the fucking internet in a very bad way. And break it beyond repair. SmackDown general manager.
Yeah. And as mentioned earlier, Vince McMahon has said that Kofi can go to WrestleMania, but he has to win a gauntlet match next week against Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, The Bar, and Eric Rowan. So I guess he's either going to win that and go to WrestleMania, or he's going to come very close, get screwed, and then have another match the week after, I guess, or whatever. But yeah, so that's bubbling along.
I
And
did find it kind of rich of Vince to say, like, Kofi, you're old. And it's like, motherfucker, have you seen yourself in the mirror in the last 5 years?
yeah,
It's like the fucking Crypt Keeper.
good reference.
Oh, no. Good show. Good show.
Mm.
You
So
have no idea what it is, do you?
what? Crypt Keeper?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tales from the Crypt.
That's all right.
Which one? The cartoon version or the live action films?
Obviously, the cartoon version.
Yeah, don't
the superior
fucking try and out reference me, you dickhead.
one. That's our new podcast, folks. Reviewing episodes of Tales of the Crypt Keeper, the animated series.
Chaos of the Crypt Keeper.
That's it. I'm having a fucking stroke. I'm so sorry. I'm having a fucking stroke on the podcast. This is what the women's angle's done. It's actually fucking destroyed my brain.
That will happen.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's us for an episode.
Yeah. Nothing notable on Wrestle Twitter for fucking once. So.
Well,
probably
I suppose we got the slight fallout of everyone thinking Dave Meltzer said that Reigns didn't have cancer, which is not true. But that's
no, he said about isn't that about the type of treatment he was having, or type of I don't fucking know.
Yeah, but people were using it to say that he's said that he's faked his cancer, which is quite far from the truth.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Very nasty stuff.
Yeah, but it's not true, so whatever. We'll see.
Yeah.
Anywho, that's the end of this episode. I'm going to go and have a Pepsi because I won the predictions.
Fuck you, man.
And
just because they
we got a tweet from Pepsi when talking about it, so it's now the Pepsi classic prediction thing. Yeah.
Oh well. I don't think they noticed my follow-up tweet where I talked about the terrible choices of advertising they've done recently.
No, I don't think they did. You've probably ruined all chance of us getting free Pepsi by doing that, but whatever, doesn't matter.
That's all right, Reese. We've got our sweet Patreon money.
Stop talking about Patreon. It's never
negative £30.
It's never going to happen.
No, it's not happening.
Right. Thank you for listening. You can follow us on the aforementioned Twitter, SWA_podcast. You can find us on loads of bloody podcast things. You can find us on iTunes, you can find us on Podbean, you can find us on player.fm, you can find us on anything that plays bloody podcasts. It's out there. SoundCloud,
on
YouTube. I'm getting to that, you dickhead.
All right.
SoundCloud.com/SmartsForAttitude and SmartsForAttitude on YouTube, where every episode is on there. That's our archive. Thank you for listening. We'll be back probably next week, barring any huge or no mishaps in the world of wrestling, which is not going to happen. So thank you for listening. Yeah, toodaloo.
See ya.